I want to play part of an interview I did with Elisabeth Jensen a couple of weeks ago now. Oh, no, about 2 weeks ago, something like that. Just before the expo at the Adelaide Showgrounds, we talked about her work as a psychic. She describes herself as a spiritual healer, a medical intuitive and a physical medium. Comes from a nursing background. She was actually the first community health nurse practitioner in Australia. But because she was absorbing a lot of illness from people she was working with, she wondered what was going on here, which is how she sort of took this course or this path to being a spiritual healer and to being a psychic. So we talked about that when I spoke with her, and part of what we played before the expo. But I thought it'd be interesting to talk about that whole process and about the expectations of a psychic and the direction she has taken in her life post being involved in the medical profession. One of the questions I asked her about was the pressure of being a psychic, and the expectation or the perception, I guess, of a psychic is that you can predict all events, like things like, the winner of race 4 at Morpheville, or who's going to win the footy this weekend. So we started by talking about that expectation.
I'm hopeless at trying to predict anything on sports or celebrities. I'm not much good. Politics, I'm good at politics, I guess, because I've got a background connected with politicians. So I'm good at politics, and I'm very good on world events and like disasters and tsunamis and things like that. I don't bother to do it all the time, but I'm very good at it.
Right. I don't know how you can resist the urge.
I don't want to see it. I look at it when it affects me. I guess I use it in that way when it affects me or when people ask me directly, but I don't want to sit there and work out every disaster that's happening in the world. But,
in 2010, you were named Australian Psychic of the Year. What's the criteria for that? How does a judging panel as such go about determining that you're worthy of that sort of award? It's
done by members of the Australian Psychics Association.
Right.
So there's about 600 or 700 members.
Really?
Yes. It's quite a big organisation.
Good heavens.
Yes. And so in 2007 I was Psychic of the Year for South Australia, and then 2010 I was Psychic of the Year for all of Australia. So it's people vote.
Right.
People vote.
Gee, does that put extra pressure on you?
Yes, that's right, it does. Because then everyone thinks you're the most psychic person in Australia.
Yeah, you're the woman to see.
Yes, you're the one to see. And already, you see, I can't see any more clients. I'm fully booked for the foreseeable future.
Good grief.
Yes. Because also, you see, I teach a lot, and then I'm overseas teaching a lot as well.
All right. How would you rate your level of job satisfaction?
Oh, extremely high, yes. I love what I do. And when I look back, I struggled for so many years. And as I said, I had many major illnesses, including cancer. So now I specialise in helping people with chronic illnesses to overcome illness. I teach courses called Angel Miracles, where I teach self-healing, creating miracles, and so people can learn to do the things that I do. And I teach isolated healing, which is a system of healing I was given in Egypt, in the Great Pyramid. And so it's a very effective system of spiritual healing and energy healing.
Yeah. Does everybody have that ability to learn to do what you do?
Yes, but it's like being a great artist or a tennis player. Everyone's got some ability, everyone can learn, but great psychics and healers, you will look up their astrology charts and they were born at a certain time and date. And it's something that you're sort of born with, and then you can develop it a great deal, or you can just let it go. But everyone's got some natural ability.
Okay.
And everyone should learn. That's my thing, that everyone should learn to work intuitively, because with all the earth changes coming up, should I go and be here and there at this time? You have to learn to work with your intuition and then work with your angels and divinities, then you're always safe.
How much do you know about yourself?
Quite a lot. Quite a lot.
Yeah. How much do you know about your own immediate future?
I don't always know everything about my future. No, I don't. And I don't seek to know everything. I just tend to find it's better just to sort of follow what I'm guided to do by my angels, and then go with the flow as such. Yeah. So I do have a general idea of what's happening in my life, but I tend to just sort of follow what I'm guided to do.
So it would take some effort for you to be able to delve more deeply into what your future holds.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
But I believe there's many paths you can go down in this life, you see, and there's many possible futures. So I focus on the best future, and then therefore I will create it. So I don't try and just guess my future, I try and create it.
That's Elisabeth Jensen, with whom I spoke. I had a lengthy conversation with her about a week or two ago. She's the 2010 Australian Psychic of the Year, and she was the South Australian Psychic of the Year in 2007.